welcome to At Home with Mindy. This is a shop for a family of 4 adults. There's not a lot here today, but as any returning viewers will know, I do overbuy sometimes because for some reason my brain still thinks that we're a family of 7. But my older 3 children moved out, I think the last one was about 5 years ago. But when I go shopping, my brain just says, oh, you need this, even if it turns out we don't. So I've tried to actually be good and just get what we needed. This is Sainsburys, and down there is Morrisons. Because as I said last week, excuse me, Tesco's had no 14p noodles. My husband's popped in a couple of times this week just to look for noodles, and there wasn't any. Today we went, I think it was 9 o'clock in the morning when we went, and we just went straight to the noodles. They had none, so we left. It's like, I'm not even buying anything, I want my noodles. So we've been to Sainsbury's. They don't even do a cheap noodle, but we did get some good shopping, I think. Because what we did get from Sainsbury's only came to £23.17p. I'll show you the receipt at the end of this part. The potatoes, they are tiny. So I'm just going to I'm not going to peel them. I'm just going to scrub them clean and chop them. But they're 89p. The carrots are only 30p for a kilo. It says that they're imperfect, but to me, this is a good sized carrot because it's not too big. When they're really big, it hurts your hand when you're holding it to peel it. So I like that size. And out of all the cucumbers I picked up, there was no label on this one. But it was 43p. It just meant that the cashier had to look it up. And the same with the lettuce. That is a beautiful one this time. And it's huge. That's 43. With the cherry tomatoes, we've still got a couple of the vine ones from last week. But these were 48 or 49. Let me try and see. 48. They're nice just for nibbling on. I can't quite reach the back, so I'm going to have to move you. I can't squeeze in the little gap. But we've picked up the eggs. They're 55p. Yeah, they all look fine. It says mixed sizes. They're reduced because it's tomorrow's date display by. They had a huge pallet or whatever you want to call it. But you've got till the 7th of November to actually eat them. They're free range, but as you know, I don't believe in the difference between free range and all that. But I'm not going to go into that because that's an argument. But 55p for 10 eggs was a good price. So we picked up 2. Because I'm hoping to do some cakes for my 2 Connor and Yuki. For them to eat. The ketchup in Sainsbury's is only 37p. And I did buy curry powder last week, but it was just basic, I think it was hot curry powder. Sainsbury's, they actually do the Pacific flavour. So I've got a tandoori and a madras. They're both £1 each. But Connor does like to flavour, when he does noodles, he likes to add extra flavour in. We've got 4 pints of whole milk. That's £1.15. We've picked up 2 lots of the mints because, like I've said before, it's been put into the grinder, so it comes out a lot smaller than like Tesco's one. It's not so chunky, so I like those. I shall probably do a shepherd's pie and a chili or something with those. And we've also picked up for £3.25, it's 800 grams, but there's 8 in there. So for Connor, Barry and me, we can have 2 each, and then I should put the spare 2 into a Ziploc bag and put those back in the freezer, because then there'll be 2 for when we're having a mince dish. Connor can have more pork chops. And then I picked up Yorkshire puddings because they're still 50p. And I did notice prices were going up at last. I don't want them to go up, but the value of sausages are from £1.10 to £1.40 they've gone up to now. But we didn't need sausages, so. But we did pick up some white fish fillets, and it's 520 grams, and that is £2.20. I'm going to try and make another fish pie and hope I don't have a disaster this time, because it tasted gorgeous, but it just looked like a mess. But or I might even, if there's any extra, I might just steam it in a foil packet sort of thing. Then we've also got 3 packets of the smoked bacon, because in Sainsbury's it's only 83p, and it's too hard to show you, but it is really finely cut, so it will go nice and crispy when you cook it. So it might end up in the freezer, a couple of them, but for some reason my husband wanted 3. I think he said something about me making him bacon sandwiches for work. And then for Yuki, they had loads of labels saying that they had reduced vegetarian stuff, but it already sold out. So we've just got her 500 grams of the corn pieces, because that will make between 4 and 5 meals for her. Because I tend to give her about 100 to 120 grams. When she has sweet and sour, because there's so much veg in it, you don't need to put quite so much meat or fake meat. And the fillets were £2. Because, yeah. Oh, I'm getting myself confused now. Yeah, the corn pieces were £2.60. The fillets were £2. There's only 6 in there, so that will do her 3 meals. But this is for when I want it to look like she's having a Sunday dinner, because the pieces you tend to stir into a sauce. These look nice on their own, and they're only £2, like I said. So we didn't get any snacks in Sainsbury's, but that just gives me more reason to actually make some homemade ones. But we've got a lot of the bases for evening meal, and if I can see what I'm looking at, it came to £23.17. There's all the prices, so that wasn't too bad. And then we popped to Morrisons, because trouble with our Morrisons, it's all the way uptown, but we popped there because I knew that they did 14p noodles, so we thought we'd check there. And we got them anyway. But we also picked up the soya milk for 55p. She's still got some in the cupboard. I'm going to cough again, sorry. Yuki does still have some in the cupboard, but I thought I'd pick one up just to maybe start stocking up a little bit on the milk, just in case it goes up silly price or they stop. Sometimes on the cheaper range, rather than put the price up, they just stopped producing it. And then I'd be paying like more than £1 a litre. So I thought I'd get her that one because it's in date till July next year. I've picked up a sunflower oil. We've still got like half a bottle. But if I'm going to make cakes, I was thinking I'll do the recipe where you change the butter for oil. Because oil's actually cheaper than margarine and all that. I also picked up 2 more minces. Just because I saw that it is the finely grated stuff again. And it's the same price as Sainsbury's. So I might do a bit of batch cooking before putting them in the freezer. This one, it's spiced apples. When I put it on the worktop, I had a little sniff, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's like sort of a Christmassy candle sort of smell. That the cocoa pillows, I was surprised when I saw this, so I just grabbed it. It's only the little box, 375 grams, but it was only 79p. So, and that's not on offer, that's just the new price. I also picked up a cheap pasta sauce, because last time we went shopping I said I was going to get Yuki to try and make her own pasta dish. I ended up using the sauce before she had a chance to do that. And we've just picked up a basic strawberry jam at 30p. This was on my shopping list. I was going to try Yuki with courgettes. But luckily for us, they were 40p instead of 99p. You get 3 in a pack. I'm not sure how much it's supposed to weigh. But I have eaten courgettes a long time ago. So I've picked up 2 packets. And I know you can buy them frozen, so I'm assuming that if you can't use them quick enough, you could freeze them yourself. We've also picked up some bananas that we've got to ripen ourselves by the looks of it. How much were they? They worked out at 72p for those 5. This, I'd never have brought this brand, but while we were looking down the snack row, and not liking the prices, but while we were looking down at the snacks, I noticed it said 45p. So we're going to try flatbreads, salt and pepper flavour. 150 grams are in there. Then we've picked up some sugar, that's 69p. So it might be going up slightly because I thought there was 65 everywhere. Some hot chocolate, just because it helps you sleep. I believe it helps me sleep, and that's my excuse for buying it. But that was 99p. One of the 70p coffees. You just refill your own jar from that. But we've still got half a block of cheese because we bought the big one last time. So we've just bought 400 grams for £1.79. And these are on offer at £1 instead of £1.50. So we've picked up 2 of those. And then we've been really naughty, and we've got raspberry donuts. Morrisons donuts are gorgeous because we've already had some, and we picked up the custard ones, but it's only me and Barry that eat the custard ones, so you can work out who had 2 and who had 1. I won't say who it was, but it wasn't me that had 2. Bourbons were 45p, which for 300 grams is a bit on the pricey side for us. 400 grams of custard creams were 50p, which we again normally wouldn't pay, would only go up to 40p normally. And I know these are cheaper in Aldi, but these were 49p. But it's like he wanted them, so I let him just pick them up. I thought I won't tell him that they're 15p roughly cheaper elsewhere. And then the noodles, they had some, so we thought we're going to get them because Connor will eat them every lunchtime if we let him. And Yuki likes them because they say vegetarian. She likes the texture of the 14p type. So these ones, they're only 65 grams. So if you're having it as a main meal, sometimes you do need to use 2 because they really are snack size. But we picked up 21 of them because, like I said, we couldn't get them in Tesco's. So 21 comes to £2.94. But at least now I know I've got them in. Because like I said, Connor will live on these if I let him. And I know some people would say it's naughty, but if a shop can't get it in for the next couple of weeks, I don't want to have to pay 60p a packet. Because that's just silly. But the Morrisons shop came to, I can't see, £20 and 17p. So between the two shops it came to £43 and 34p, which is really good, apart from the fact that there isn't any snacks. Because where Yuki doesn't have hot drinks, she doesn't tend to eat biscuits. Yeah, so that's all we're getting this week anyway. But I am going to try, before putting them away, I'm going to try turning them into actual meals and then freeze that. And I'll see you next time because I can't think what else to say. Bye bye.